So I had to do quite a bit of debugging to get these logs to show up properly. But as you can see, what we have done now is we have our env folder. Now I can set my production or my development environment, which will then lead into my environmental folder, which will have the secret key. It'll have the debugging stage, you know, all the information here, which will lead into the base.py, which will then tell it to be able to pull from the dev or the production, which is here. We can accept that. And I had to completely redo my bio folder. I just called it blueprints now, in which now I have my different pages. When you hit those, when you get to my actual page here, as you see, this needs to be redone a little bit, but it's looking good. So I guess the most important thing is when you're setting up the logs is to be able to set it up so that the environmental folder here, we were not going to upload this. This is going to be removed from the GitHub because it's going to have the actual secret key, which I'm going to generate later. Here's going to be my generation code, so I can then put that here, and then that'll be the safety for this whole thing. And yes, it's working fantastic. So I can you know, nice good log messages. It got these folders, got my resume, and we can actually now start building our app. I wish I could have recorded all the debugging I did, but I think at this point what we're going to do is just understand that when you're setting up the logs, it is very important to set up an env folder that has your FLASK environment so that it can then lead into your development environment. This environment doesn't need to have a very amazing secret key. It just needs to have one so that it matches the base folder. So when it comes in here, it's going to get the env folder. It's going to understand what environment to be in. Right here you can see it's going to get that. If it doesn't get that, it's going to go straight into production, which is best practices. Which key it's going to then know if it's going to get the secret key for the production. And if it's not found, it'll tell you it's not found. This will be then, this is our dev configuration, where it brings in the secret key either for the production or for the development. And the production environment, the types that it's going to use 0. If not 0, it's going to be set to 1, which is not what in production we're going to want 0, because all we're going to need is the info logs in the server and the error logs. And then here are all the types of logs that might pull out of there. And that way, when it's running your app, you can debug very quickly, very easily. You can either debug from here or even in the terminal. And so next, we're going to basically set it all up to be, we can start getting ready to actually link all our media, which has my resume, has my bio, has my images for pictures, and then the YouTube video showing how I built this app. And yeah, we'll move to that in the next video.